Have you ever wondered how far someone would go when consumed by the desire for revenge? Picture an enigmatic man with a cold and almost unreachable demeanor, stepping into a world marked by violence, betrayal, and hidden secret, where every bullet carries a dark motivation. Wrath of Man is not just another action movie. It's a mosaic of tension, emotion, and brutality, led by Jason Statham in one of the most intense roles of his career. But who is this silent man, really? What keeps him steady amid so much chaos? Get ready, because today we're diving into an analysis that will leave you breathless. And before we begin, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell, because here you'll find breakdowns that uncover everything behind the stories that grip your attention the most. When we talk about Guy Ritchie, we already know not to expect an ordinary narrative. Wrath of Man proves exactly that. It's not just about shootouts, chases, and explosion, but about a suspense infused with constant psychological tension. Our first impression of the protagonist, played by Jason Statham, is that of an ordinary man looking for a job at a cash truck company. But as the story unfolds, it becomes clear there's something deeper, a hidden truth behind his seemingly neutral facade. This character, known only as H, starts out as a rookie, tested by his colleagues and placed in dangerous situations. It's during one of these moments that the mask begins to crack. When the company is attacked by armed criminals, H reacts with lethal precision, like someone trained for the battlefield. His coldness, flawless aim, and lack of hesitation make it obvious far from an average worker. And so arises the inevitable question: who is this man, really? From that moment on, the audience is drawn into a web of gradual revelation. Guy Ritchie structures the plot like a puzzle, revealed piece by piece. The film doesn't follow a straight line. Instead, it's divided into chapters, each showing a different perspective, exploring both H's past and the criminal underworld surrounding him. This storytelling keeps viewers constantly alert, connecting clues and anticipating the next move. The atmosphere is dark, heavy, and leaves no room for humor or relief. This is what sets Wrath of Man apart from so many other action films. The violence here is not stylized or gratuitous. It's raw, direct, and drives the narrative forward. Every shot fired, every body falling, carries emotional weight, pulling us closer to the torment within the protagonist. What's most striking is how the film plays with our perception. At first, we believe we're watching a hero simply reacting to chaos. But as the pieces come together, we realize H's motivation isn't just justice. It's something far more personal, revenge. And it's that burning drive that fuels the entire story. The supporting characters also play a vital role. The co-workers at the security company, the criminals plotting major heists, and even seemingly irrelevant figures all become essential pieces in this deadly game. Every glance, every tension-filled line of dialogue adds new layers to the mystery. The cinematography reinforces this oppressive tone. Cold color palettes, harsh urban landscapes, and industrial settings create the feeling of a world nearly devoid of hope. The viewer is engulfed in this suffocating atmosphere, following H as he spirals deeper into a descent marked by violence. And, of course, Jason Statham's performance cannot go unnoticed. He delivers a restrained character who doesn't need long speeches to command presence. His icy stares and rigid posture say more than words ever could. This contrast becomes even more brutal when he erupts into action, revealing that behind the silence lies an unstoppable fury. As the story progresses, it feels like walking through a minefield. At every moment, we sense that secrets may be revealed, and each new discovery has the power to completely reshape our understanding of that enigmatic man. The audience remains in constant suspense, guided by a script that carefully balances mystery and revelation. When H's past finally begins to surface, it becomes clear that nothing in his journey is by chance. He didn't join the cash truck company for a trivial reason, but with a precise goal: to get close to something or someone. At this point, the narrative stops being about survival and becomes about settling scores. The viewer is no longer just watching an action movie. The story unfolds as a dark revenge drama, where every detail may hold the key to understanding what's truly at stake. As the pieces of this puzzle fall into place, the plot gains emotional weight, and what once seemed like a string of action sequences turns into something far more intimate. We discover that H is not just a man looking for work, but someone shattered by the loss of his son during a robbery. From that moment, we understand his coldness, his silence, and the brutality that drives his every move. The script shows that H is not merely a victim reacting to a cruel fate, but a predator disguised as prey. He infiltrates, observes, calculates, and waits until he's close enough to strike. This ruthless patience keeps the audience on edge, knowing that at any moment his true nature will be revealed. It's here that Wrath of Man sets itself apart from so many other revenge films. Violence is not mere spectacle, but the reflection of visceral pain. The audience feels the protagonist's bottled rage, understands his silences, and realizes that every shot fired is more than a reaction. It's the muted cry of a father who has lost everything. The antagonists are also given significant depth. The criminal group is not portrayed as faceless thugs, but as an organized, almost military unit, governed by codes, trust, and strategy. Their cohesion makes them even more dangerous, and it's within this environment that H must infiltrate, becoming even more ruthless than they are. Guy Ritchie's direction embraces a fragmented narrative, shifting between past and present, and offering multiple points of view. This technique not only sustains the suspense, but also deepens our understanding of each character's motivation. There are no absolute heroes here, only men scarred by choices, mistakes, and consequences. The cinematography reinforces this heavy atmosphere. Minimal lighting, gray tones, and industrial settings create a bleak, cold world drained of hope. The camera doesn't soften the violence. Instead, it thrusts the audience into the middle of it, exposing brutality in a direct, almost uncomfortable way. And Jason Statham is the soul of the film. His restrained performance, built on sharp glances and minimal gesture, carries the narrative. When he finally erupts into action, we don't see just another action star, but a man broken by grief, whose fury knows no limit. That contrast is what makes the character unforgettable. He doesn't fight for wealth, status, or glory, only revenge. The climax is devastating. After so much patience and preparation, H finally confronts those responsible for his son's death. In that confrontation, there is no room for mercy. Every move is precise, every shot exact, and the violence takes on an almost ritualistic tone. It feels as though the entire weight of the story bursts forth in one brutal catharsis. Yet, Wrath of Man doesn't deliver a comforting resolution. Instead, what remains is a bitter emptiness. The revenge is achieved, but the void lingers. H becomes a shadow, a man who fulfilled his mission, but can never reclaim what he lost. And it's this raw honesty that makes the film so impactful. It shows that vengeance brings no peace, only destruction, even to the one who pursues it. For the audience, what remains is the experience of an intense, visceral journey. Wrath of Man goes beyond a simple Jason Statham action flick. It's an immersion into a world of pain, violence, and irreversible choices. It's Guy Ritchie at his core, crafting a narrative that transcends entertainment and forces us to reflect on the limits of justice and the burden of revenge. When the lights go out and the credits roll, viewers leave not only shaken by explosive action sequences, but with the weight of having witnessed a raw, unfiltered story. A film that, above all, provokes us to ask, how far would you go if someone took from you what you love most?